Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, please subscribe, please hit that like button. And to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can take your business to that next level, please check out those links below. Now, our topic today, we're going to talk about 10 things to do before selling your gym business. 10 things to do before selling your gym business. Now, before we get into this, I want to point you to a few links below that can relate to this a little bit, and even other things that you might be doing. We have three different links below on 3 different funding opportunities. And these funding opportunities, you can be, in many cases, very helpful to your buyer. If they're coming to you and they're looking to acquire your gym, you can show them funding opportunities that they can potentially qualify for. You'll see the link below. You can potentially qualify for up to $300,000 in funding with a 680 credit score and $50,000 in income, and that's just a personal loan. So you can help your potential buyers, with some potential funding. And the other thing I wanted to point out is our Gym Funding Now section. And this could be, you might need some additional funds while you're preparing for this. You might have buyers that come in, but you can get advances. It's a system called factoring. You can get advances against future accounts receivable. And a good number to look at, all things being equal, whatever that monthly recurring revenue fee is, generally that's about what you can get. Okay, so there are some ways to get some additional funding to do some additional things for now, for you, or if you have a buyer coming in, they have some opportunities to grab some additional funds. So take a look at those links. Those can be very beneficial because, so all too often, when we get into these things, being undercapitalized can be a problem. And the other thing I like to see is us have at least 1 month's operating expense cash on hand. And let's don't go in here knowing, hey, we have to operate at 100% effectiveness to make this work. Let's add some cash over here. And if it's not cash, maybe it's a line of credit or something like that. So with that said, let's get into 10 things to do before selling your gym business. And so number 1, get your house in order. Okay, get your house in order. And there's a few things I would mention here. One of the things that really helps your business sell more quickly, what it helps to sell at a higher price, is clean books. Clean books. I was in a club one time and I asked to see the books, and they brought me out a shoebox, full of receipts. Okay, and you see some crazy stuff sometimes, but get your house in order. Clean books. Make sure your P&Ls are clean. Make sure you've got all any contracts you signed, agreements you signed, whatever it is, get it done. Make sure your club's looking good. Okay, do some touch-up paint. Get a good cleaning done. Whatever it needs to do. You want that club looking, brand spanking new. You want that new car smell in there if you can. Okay, so just get your house in order. Let's get it looking good. Hopefully we're doing this anyway, right? Because that's what's going to really help grow our business. But when it's time to sell, let's put our best foot forward. Number 2, separate your different lines of business. Now, here's what I mean, and this is something I see a fair amount. When we look at the top line of revenue numbers on the P&L, everything is in there, okay? And it takes a while sometimes. It can be a little challenging to dig through all that for a buyer to really understand where's all that coming from. And the thing I would suggest for you, and this can kind of go back to getting your house in order a little bit, but separate your different lines of business. Now, where's the money coming from? Is it recurring fees? Is it upfront money, paid on down payments, etc.? Is it club enhancement if you're doing that? Is it paid in full? Is it personal training? Let's don't just throw it all in to one category. It can get confusing. We want this to be simple and as transparent as possible, for any buyer coming in. Number 3, put together the right team and let them develop a plan. And so my suggestion here is, get yourself a broker that specializes in the fitness industry. Now, we do this, okay? You can click some links below and check into this, and these are things we can help you with. and let them do it. You stay involved. Don't kind of abdicate, but let them develop that plan to really market this and get the phone to ring and get people looking at your business. If you have a business that's not performing, it's not making money, those can be tough sometimes. Okay, a lot of times brokers won't take those just because if they had club side by side, now here's a club making X and here's one not making anything, they're going to go over here. That's just kind of what happens sometimes. But we do have a program, and again, you can check the links below, but fmconsulting.net/gyms for sale. You can actually register on there, and you can do it for sale by owner. And do it blind. When you do it blind, and you can market this and promote this yourself to the industry. So if you need to go that direction. Get the right team, let them do their thing. If you don't quite have enough kind of firepower to get that going, consider doing it for sale by owner. Number 4, understand the value of your business from the buyer's perspective. Understand the value of your business from a buyer's perspective. One of the things that happens, so often on gyms for sale and a lot of businesses really is, half of them will never sell. And the reason they don't is because they're overpriced. Okay, we don't understand the value of our business from the buyer's perspective. There's very much a tendency sometimes we want to put a value on blood, sweat, and tears. We want to put a value on where we were a year ago or where we were 2 years ago. It's right now. That's where the value is. And most folks, when they're looking at your business, it's all about cash flow. I mean, that's what they're buying. They're buying cash flow. And so don't start thinking that blood, sweat, and tears is going to impress anybody or the opportunity is going to impress you. More often than not, they're going to buy this based on cash flow. So really look at this from a buyer's perspective if you really do want to move on this, because there's a lot of benefits sometimes when you sell. Of course, you get hopefully the windfall of the sale. But you get off that lease, okay? Particularly if you personally guaranteed that lease, or if you have your own SBA funding, it maybe has some other guarantees on there. There's some other benefits, some other values, that are in there. Number 5, fully understand where you're vulnerable. Fully understand where you're vulnerable. I mean, this idea that, we're not vulnerable at all. It's not true, okay? What are the risks here? Understand where are the risks. What if you lost a key person? What if competition came to town? What if you had, the area you're in had economic issues, or nationwide there were economic issues, world events. There's a lot of areas of vulnerability. And so what are you doing to mitigate those? What are you doing to mitigate them? I know some of these, for signing 12 and 24-month contracts with our customer, that'll mitigate a lot, or some, compared to doing a month-to-month, marketing. And really, the goal being we want everybody in our marketplace to know who we are. If we really dominate a marketplace, from a marketing and advertising perspective, then that'll keep competition out. That'll keep your, competitors on their heels. Okay, staff training. This will build loyalty. So understand where you're vulnerable. What are the risks, and what are you doing to mitigate those risks? Okay, it's really no different than when someone starts a brand new facility, and a lender is going to ask those questions. Number 6, create an LOI, letter of intent. So you want to sell your gym, right? Create a letter of intent. So if you have a buyer come looking at it, you have the letter of intent already prepared. You know what you want them to say, okay, and them to commit to. Send it over to them, okay? It can be a good way, A, to kind of get what you're looking for, but B, it'll speed the process up a bit, because not everybody is going to have that, particularly if they're not represented, by a broker or something like that. Make sure, this is number 7, and this one is one that just about always kind of comes up, but make sure your management team is focused on the business and not on the deal. Make sure your management team, you even, are not just, you're focused on the business, not the deal. In other words, when you put this up for sale and you're talking to buyers, don't have, short-timers disease here. Don't have one foot out the door. You want to continue to run your business like you're going to be there the next 20 years. Same focus, same determination, same drive, same effort. Okay, you have to keep pushing, okay? Because if you get a situation where you start focusing on the deal, you quit focusing on the business, your numbers drop, guess what? That buyer's going to come in there and is going to offer you less or might even back out on the deal. So keep pushing on it. Keep going with it, okay? Number 8, and this is not something that we get involved with necessarily, but it's something that we want to remind everybody to be involved with and to be mindful of. Consider your tax exposure, in advance of getting this deal done. Okay, get with your accountant, get with your accounting team, and what is your tax exposure going to look like when this deal closes? Okay, and that's a conversation that you want to have with some professionals on that. Number 9, have a solid post-sale personal financial plan. Okay, what's your post-sale financial plan? Now, some of this, could be with your accounting team, could be with your attorneys, and hey, what do you plan to do? I know a lot of folks that we work with, they will sell one, and now they want to buy another one, maybe in a warmer part of the country. Okay, that's kind of common. So that's how we'll kind of get involved in that, is kind of rolling that over into other operations. But otherwise, again, make sure you're surrounding yourself with your financial experts, your attorneys, your accountants, to have that post-sale financial plan. And then number 10, consider deal participation. Consider deal participation. Someone wants to acquire your gym, and maybe you agree to stick around for a year as a consultant. Maybe you're going to manage it if you've been managing it. Maybe you're going to continue managing it for a period of time. But consider, some kind of a participation in there. Could be some financial participation. You might carry back maybe 10% of the note or 20% of the note yourself, okay, to help them get funding, to help them get financed. So 10 things to think about, before you sell your gym business. Sit down and look at these. If you're thinking about selling it, go through this. And the truth is, at some point you're going to think about it. It's probably why you built it to begin with, is to, one day sell it and, get that hopeful, windfall of funds to come in. Be looking at this well in advance. In an ideal world, none of this is last minute. Okay, these are things that, in a manner of speaking, become how you run your business. So, 10 things to do before selling your gym business. Take a look at them. See where you stack up and what can you do to properly position your club. And when you're ready, let us know. We can help you, sell your business in a good situation for you and for that incoming buyer. So, folks, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And again, to learn more about me and my company and how we can help improve your sales, improve your marketing, and take your business that next level, check out those links below. And we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.